Welcome viewers to the Saturday, March 8th edition of 284 News. I am Jacques Wooding, bringing you our top stories from this week. Thank you so much for joining us. We begin with news that Director General of the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, OECS, Dr. Didacus Jules, wants a more unified region that supports the smooth movement of people and boosts economic activity. Dr. Jules made those comments at the OECS Council of Ministers on Immigration, to which Premier Dr. the Honorable Natalia Wheatley, and who also holds the title, I should say, of Minister for Immigration, and Acting Chief Immigration Officer Nadia Deming Hodge are attending in Grenada. According to Dr. Jules, for too long, whether at CARICOM or the OECS level, they have spoken about free movement of the people, but have not made it a reality.
These include deep constrictions of foreign aid. We have had at the OECS, thankfully, our only remaining USAID project cut abruptly short. So we've had constriction of foreign aid, stricter immigration policies, and tariffs on exports. We've also had ultimatums delivered with respect to the Cuban medical support in the region. Such developments place additional pressure on the OECS to accept deportees, reintegrate them into our societies, and bear the related social and security costs. To face these challenges, we must work together as a unified bloc. By strengthening our bonds, we can reinforce our economic and social integration, making us more resilient against external pressures.
The Director General emphasized that in light of these global shifts, the Council of Ministers meeting is important as ever. He said they must maintain secure borders and modernize immigration procedures, noting that the meeting is not about talk, but action.
This bill is critical for putting into practice the policy on contingent rights across OECS member states. It ensures that citizens of any OECS protocol member state can enjoy the same rights and opportunities in another protocol member state, such as accessing employment, healthcare, education, and social protection. By endorsing this bill, we take a decisive step towards making our region more integrated and inclusive. The second is the CARICOM API Passenger Name Record Model Bill. Maintaining secure borders is essential even as we promote free movement. So this initiative will help us to share key passenger data so that we can quickly identify potential risks and combat transnational crime.
Meanwhile, as the USVI Governor Albert Bryan Jr. threatens the BVI to take the current trade dispute with the BVI to U.S. President Donald Trump, a local talk show host has warned Governor Bryan to be careful. This does not backfire on him and the U.S. territory. Bryan said he is prepared to petition President Trump to impose tariffs on the BVI that could have significant economic repercussions. During his Honestly Speaking radio program this Tuesday, host Claude Skelton-Klein urged Governor Bryan to be careful when petitioning Trump.
Now, I still don't understand. Whatever tariff Trump imposes on the Virgin Islands, am I missing something that we do not import anything into the U.S. Virgin Islands? I don't know if cane rum, how many, we don't import. I don't know where the governor is going with this. And I understand he's coming here on Friday to meet with our premier. And that's good. I want to remind the governor, the good governor, he came here before, he sat in this chair right across from me 2 times. He told me a couple of the best interviews he've ever had. I like the guy. I want to caution Governor Bryan about petitioning Trump. And be careful that Trump don't turn on the U.S. Virgin Islands. Because Trump is the kind of guy who seemed to have lost all his moral compass and ethical equilibrium because he's treating friends and allies as enemies, and he's treating his enemies as friends.
Skelton Klein stated that the two territories need each other in terms of exchange and commerce.
I know you have to look out for your constituency, and I understand that they're hurting. There's a loss of revenue. We used to shop down there a lot, but you all doggone they kill us during COVID. Couldn't move, couldn't do nothing. The people all across the world, including us, have found other ways and more economic ways to shop. I know you're hurting that, we're going to expand our airport and American Airlines and others are coming. I understand all that. I understand you protecting your wicked, but be careful. We are friends. We're not enemies. We're not enemies. The charter companies, who are the ones seem to be driving much of this, and some of them are misguided in some ways. We had even some of our people, I understand, going down there, and I don't know whether they are for us or against us. We have a situation where our locals, the water taxis and the charters are running, making them money, livelihood. And then since 1992, we have not addressed any fee issue, our fee structure, which is an issue on our side. But now we've raised them. I mean, you've been making money off of us all along. Don't you think it's only fair that we make some money too? I'm just asking.
In other news, a senior education official says they are grappling with some of the same issues at the Brigado Flax Educational Center Secondary Division in Virgin Gorda as in the Elmore Stout High School on Tortola. When the Chief Education Officer, Orlandette Crabb, appeared on Talking Points program last week, she revealed that whilst not much is said about BFEC, similar behavioral problems exist at the institution. Crabb also expressed disgust whereby local vendors are selling students in uniform sexual enhancement substances.
Minister mentioned earlier that one of the major weapons that we find on our campuses, and I want to inject here that BFEC Secondary in Virgin Gorda faces similar issues on a smaller scale because the population is about 1/5 of the size of Elmore Stout. Okay. But if we measure them pound for pound, it's just as bad as Elmore Stout. Okay. Because Elmore Stout is on Tortola and because of their size and so on, everybody knows we have similar issues on that campus as well. But brass knuckles are what the kids are calling them now, and it is a chalk something. You put it on your finger, but there's a blade. So there's a blade that pops out of it. And the reason I want to stop and talk about this is because these things are being bought here.
Please do.
The honey packs. This is what the children call them. Honey packs. These are packages of coffee-flavored substances that contain Viagra and Cialis. That are being bought by students in uniform from local establishments. And so I want to take the time now to say to our vendors, you can't want money that much.
No, that's right.
You can't want money that much because you are selling and you are breaking the law.
Yeah, right.
Since all of this has realizing how the decisions that we make and the actions that we engage in impact. Because why are you selling that to a young child?
Crabb called on the churches to do more to help the territory's youth.
We need the churches to come outside of their buildings and come inside of our schools. And again, I'm not talking about Elmore Stout alone. I was a principal for a long time, and I can attest to the impact of the New Testament Church on the school campus where I worked. Every single week that church was present on our campus. Yes, to keep assembly, but also to establish relationships with the most difficult children to love, but they went out of their way to show love to the most unlovable children. We need more churches to come out of their buildings and church outside of the building. The church is the people, right? It used to be the people. It still is the church needs to support. That's the function of a church. And you know, it's sad because not enough of our children go to church. Not enough of our parents make sure children go to church. So if you're only serving the children that come through your doors, you're missing the mark. And so I want to appeal to all local churches, please, in your communities, in the schools in your communities, come out, come into the schools. We welcome you. We need your help. We want your support, and we want you. Our children need you.
And viewers, with that, we take a quick word from our sponsors. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Some claim that the age of a true gentleman is far behind us, but we disagree. He may appear in different guises today, but the values and ideals that make him a gent still stand. The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman by yours truly, Ron Grant, presents Season 7. Introducing Travi Rose, Creative Director. Alex Lake, Businessman. Sean Black, Cinematographer. Dakari Wheatley Adams, Content Creator. Donandre Millwood, Educator and Musician. Hashim Dream, Entertainer. James Todman Sr., Contractor. Dr. Albert Tompkins, Psychotherapist. Walter Barrett, Author. Rakim Todman, Producer and Engineer. Kamal Letson, Photographer. Roosevelt Smith III, Sales Manager and Hospitality Professional. Leland Abraham, IT Technician and Cybersecurity Analyst. The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman, Season 7, every Wednesday at 8 p.m., exclusively on 284 Media. Get ready to reason, reflect, and redefine yourself through the stories of real-life heroes. The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman, Season 7, Raising a Generation of Greatness. Voted Top 35 Gentlemen Podcast Worldwide by FeedSpot and BI Icon Award winner.
Angie, how can I get my claims paid quick? Rent's due next week.
CG processes 99% of claims within 5 days. Remember when I was hang gliding with those goats? I caught a gust of wind and flew right into a moving car. Every appendage was in the cast, and they paid fast and fairly. That's what I get for trusting a man with a mustache and an eye patch. Now I gotta go. I'm meeting the guy who bedazzled my toes.
99% of claims are processed within 5 days. CG Insurance. Good like that.
Just give me my service. Yeah. Just give me my service. Just give me my service.
Make the switch to CCT and get connected today. Unlimited talk, text, and data. Visit any CCT store or call us at 444-4444. CCT, Life Unlimited.
Welcome back and thank you so much for staying with us. We continue with news that the British Virgin Islands Film Commission say they are excited to announce the launch of the Future Filmmakers Academy, an immersive program designed to introduce young creatives to the fundamentals of filmmaking. Film Commissioner Ms. Natalie Hodge outlined the program and its aim.
So the Future Filmmakers Academy, as you mentioned, is geared towards 7 to 12-year-olds who have an interest in filmmaking, videography. We know children have their phones already at that age. We see children who are already on YouTube creating content. So we wanted to tap into that. This idea was birthed from our summer film academy. When we established the Summer Film Academy, we had 8-year-olds inquiring if they could attend. And so that it sparked the idea, like, let's try to include them. And so we were hopeful that we could start this initiative in December of last year. That did not pan out, but we have a few sponsors on board who made sure that it was possible to happen for the Easter break. So we're working on that.
The Future Filmmakers Academy is a week-long initiative aimed at aspiring filmmakers ages 7 to 12 who are eager to explore the world of storytelling, directing, animation, and production. The program will be facilitated by industry professionals, namely Dame Peters, who will teach the foundations of filmmaking, and Nadia Turnbull, who will lead the animation course.
There's a link that the parents can access on our social media pages, and they just answer a few questions, register their child, name, contact information, and the dates for the academy run from March 31st to the 4th of April.
Participants will attend sessions at Sea Grape Studios at Skelton Bay Lot in Fish Bay and H. LAVITY STOUTT Community College in Paraquita Bay on select dates, where they will gain hands-on experience with essential filmmaking tools and software. Local film experts will be facilitating these workshops.
So we definitely want parents to register their child if they know the child have that interest and they're always tinkering with their gadgets. They seem to be doing a lot of photography or videography, filming, or they're creating content. This is a good start for them to get the basics of videography, of editing. We have Mr. Dave Peters, who will be facilitating the videography and editing course, and we teaching them about framing, components of the camera, basic knowledge. And then we also have Nadia Trumbo will be teaching animation. We think that's a really good aspect to the academy as well. Monday and Tuesday will be Dame Peters. Wednesday will be animation with Nadia, and then Thursday it goes back to Dame Peters, who will do a recap of the week's sessions. And then on Friday we are hoping to have a showcase for the parents during the lunch break, and so we want the children to be the attendees to showcase what they've learned. I was a lighting technician on this project that we shot. I was a director. We want them to be able to show their parents what they learned from the academy.
Ms. Hodge took time to thank the various sponsors involved for support of the academy.
Thanks to our sponsors, His Majesty the Governor's Office, thanks to Governor Prus, and thanks to Rotom Wholesale, and thanks to Republic Bank. Rotom Wholesale had sponsored our Summer Film Academy. Once we told them about this idea, they said, put us down. We're absolutely going to support you. Republic Bank, once we told them about the educational initiative, they immediately signed up last year. And the governor attended one of our sessions at the Summer Film Academy, and in conversing with him, he got to understand the direction that we want to take the Film Commission in supporting our local talent and developing the youth within the industry. And he also had a previous hobby in videography and filmmaking, so he wanted to contribute and assist there. And I want to thank His Excellency the Governor. I want to thank Rotom Wholesale, and I absolutely want to thank Republic Bank for supporting this initiative.
In other news, the H. LAVITY STOUTT Community College was the venue of a grand celebration in honor of its namesake, Mr. Hamilton LAVITY STOUTT. The event, praised widely by the public, was led by the Office of the Premier. Here is a look at how things went down.
When the days come and you're down in the middle of trouble and about to drown, hold on, I'm coming. Lord, lift us up where we belong, where the eagles fly for the mountain high. Lord, lift us up where we belong, and all the earth
want you know not the things you may possess. I'm telling you, who Jah bless, no one can tell.
Rock with me! I think 6 BVI wave, dive into the sky, rock from side to side, represent the Virgin Islands. 6 BVI wave, rock from side to side, represent the Virgin Islands. Oh, how I love my country, love the foods like fish and Fuji. Ocean, but we from the VI until we die. Wanna say, sing with me. Wanna see planets of peace. This is our pinky way. 1, 2, I don't even live. I'm telling you that's so amazing. Sing. I can't believe how so amazing. Jump and hold. Holiday.
I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadows. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I'll live as I believe.
And viewers, with that, we take a quick break, but stay with us because there is more when we return.
At Higher BVI, we're not just about business. We're about empowering lives, and that is because we aspire to inspire. By choosing us, you're supporting a company that believes in equal opportunities, diversity, and community growth. Our mission goes beyond profit. It's about providing HR solutions, fostering talent, and leaving a positive impact. Join us in building a better future, a better BVI. Choose Higher BVI, where your support isn't just a transaction, it's a transformation. Together, we're changing lives in these beautiful Virgin Islands.
Welcome back and thank you so much for staying with us. With the 2025 Inter-Primary School Athletics Championships fast approaching, young athletes from across public and private schools are already battling for early points in a series of preliminary events. 284 Media caught up with Program Officer for Sports, Mr. Wayne Robinson, as students competed this week. The road to the highly anticipated 2025 Inter-Primary School Athletics Championships is well underway, as preliminary events took place this week in preparation for the main event. Wayne Robinson, Program Officer for Sports at the Department of Youth Affairs and Sports, provided insight into the activities leading up to the championships, scheduled for March 26th and 28th this year. The pre-events were an exciting opportunity for young athletes to showcase their skills. According to Robinson, the competitions included a variety of field events.
Okay, so we have the pre-events taking place. This is we get a couple events out of the way leading up to the 2025 Inter-Primary School Athletics Championships. That's slated for the 26th and the 28th of this month. So we have, most of the age categories coming out and competing in some field events. We did had an open 600. That was the first event. So that the open event means that it's your best athlete. Doesn't matter the age category. So that went well. And now we're having the ball throw. We have the long jump. We're getting ready to start the high jump. And the shot put we have a little later on. The one they will be entering with some points. Yeah, so we'll already have, a sense of who's in first place right down here.
This year's championships will see participation from between 17 to 18 schools, both public and private. Athletes will compete in various track and field activities, including jumps and throws, ensuring an action-packed and competitive tournament.
We do have, a total of probably 17 to 18 schools, both public and private, coming to compete in running events and field events, which consist of jumps and throws. So it's going to be pretty exciting. We have a lot of entries. We have seen the progression in these young students. We had the jump and throws camp, which actually gave them a chance to, practice, the field events, jump and throw specifically. So yeah, it's going to be real competitive this year. There's no clear indication of which school is going to be on top this year.
Robinson highlighted the positive growth of young athletes, emphasizing the impact of training initiatives like the Jump and Rolls Camp, which provided students with additional practice and exposure to field events. As students prepare for the championships, Robinson encouraged them to remain focused and dedicated to their training, not just during the competition season, but throughout the year.
We always like to encourage them to keep practicing, not only when the season comes around, but just always we have the coaches out here all the time. You could enter a track club, just to help enhance their skills a little bit more. So when they do come, for the championships, everybody's well oiled and seasoned to participate.
Parents, guardians, and sports enthusiasts are encouraged to support and cheer for these budding athletes as they compete for top honors. Jaka Wooding, 284 News. Meanwhile, the Virgin Islands Search and Rescue VISAR recently held its first major fundraising event for the year, the Governor's Gourmet Gathering. 284 Media was proud to come on board for a third consecutive year to support the event. Here's a look at how things went down. And that's it for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for daily news updates at 284media.com. Like us on Facebook at 284media and 284BVI on Instagram and X, formerly Twitter. I'm Jaka Wooding, and I'll see you again soon. And I want to wish all the women out there a happy International Women's Day. Goodbye.